I really like science. I'm sort of a science nerd, I guess. I am a senior at Rivers and I worked at Bruker Daltonics this summer. Bruker is a company that makes mass spectrometer machines as well as other machines, devices, and software. Most mass spectrometers are used in labs to analyze chemicals, so whether it be proteins or carbohydrates. I would work in the lab, just general wet lab type of stuff, preparing solutions, building matrix, and then I would go out on the floor with my samples and test them on the mass spec machines. It was a lot different from, having an actual teacher teach you things. A lot of it was on your own time.
I worked at Reactive Innovations, which is a chemistry research lab. I had the freedom to mostly work on my own. I was supposed to work on the phase 2 development of a fuel inerting system for a Navy plane. That was my main project. I spent most of my time on that one. Most of it was spent synthesizing a specific kind of tubing they were using.
I worked with Ian Francis at Reactive Innovations, which is a chemical engineering lab. I worked on the thermal battery project, which is actually brand new. They just got the money from the government like the day I got there. The Navy wants to basically increase the battery life of a thermal battery, which is a special type of battery. Our project was to basically figure out how to make a thermal battery and then to improve on the existing design. It was a lot of me sort of trying experiments. I sort of pictured internships as you following someone else and they're doing all the work, but I just worked in the lab for 7 hours a day. I guess there's also sort of seeing how scientists work through their problems, because you feel like how do they ever get to their successes because they go through so many failures, but I sort of saw the process.
I learned how to work together in a lab environment where everyone is working on separate projects. When I got there, no one knew how old I was, so until the first week and a half had passed, they just assumed I was a college person. Only afterwards did they realize I was still 16 at the time. I had earned their respect at that point, and I was already working independently on my own project. I had proven that I could do what I needed to do. I ended up saving them a couple $100,000 in the tubing that I synthesized.
I think it definitely gives you a glimpse into the real world. I took away a lot of skill that most people my age definitely don't have going into college, going into research labs in college, and I'm definitely going to be able to use those skills in the future.